unfinished business, taking care of what they didn't do the previous season.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. I think those teams that came very close to maybe winning a championship or being there, those are the guys that are hungry. Those are the organization. They are chomping at the bit to start the season.
And the giant wingspan of Bamba strikes again. Just fantastic at spiking shots in a variety of ways. Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Strategy is going to be a big part of the outcome tonight. We'll see which team dictates the style of play.
Now here's Adams. On the wing, Holiday. Just 5 to shoot. The 10-footer. That one goes in.
Inside, outside, in between. When you can score like Holiday from every distance, the defense is powerless to take anything away.
And Fox gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Now here's Bogdanovich following the shot by Chris Paul. Back to Fox. With some art. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
That's 3 straight shots to fall here to start. Looking good.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Holiday, the pass to Paul. Adams trying to free himself up. Paul with the buckets.
The concentration and the body control CP3 possesses is just astonishing.
Pass to Bogdanovich. Up top, Bamba. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. No good on the triple.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Pass to Williamson. Bazemore against Paul. Shoots over Bazemore. Off the left rim and out. Kings have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Fox. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Fox has got 6 points.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Paul outside. Paul missing again.
He has gone ice cold this quarter. Obviously not helping their cause.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The 10-footer. Nice jump shot. Good. Paul's got his second bucket.
The way Paul uses pace, the way he uses angles, absolutely fantastic.
Here's Fox, and the shot goes in.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint. And you think of the resiliency of New Orleans. It feeds into the ethos of their sports teams, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Certainly the Pelicans have had their challenges too. Injuries, turnover, and leadership. You can't give up, though. I think that's something this organization and the fans can relate to.
Pelicans shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
And the most improved player in the league last season. Pascal Siakam got better in every statistical category.
Now here's Fox. This game he had 28 points. Some solid D from Paul. Here's Williamson. From 11 feet away, the shot by Paul, no good. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016, now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Bamba. And it's Lamb in there for Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Smooth, patient. Chris does a good job of working over that in-between area.
Lamb dishes to Fox. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Fox has got 12 points in the game.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Paul outside. Outside, Redick. To the inside. Here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
This is just one of many areas where Redick has improved, reading the floor and finding his guys for good quality shots.
Lamb with the ball, outguarded by Redick. Fox against Adams. Fox, no good.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Paul with the steal. Passes it to Adams. Here's Hart. Paul outside. Clock at 4. Right at the free throw line. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
The result of Paul's awareness of everything around him gets a nice look inside.
1:36 left in the first quarter. Here's Fox. Here's Holmes, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the New Orleans Pelicans. Steve, the number of timeouts and even fouls have dropped in recent years. Do you think that's brought a better flow to the game?
Yeah, I think so. I know we have so much stoppage in our game, especially when they go to the referee's review. If we could do something about that, but I love that they've dropped the number of timeouts to keep the flow of the game. That's what most fans want to see, just the flow of the game continue.
And the first one drops. Sacramento making some changes. Alex Lenz checked in for Siakam. Kevin Huerter comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Murray subbed in for Fox. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And this is Alvin Gentry's 4th stop as an NBA head coach. He's been working as an NBA assistant, get this, since 1988.
Over 3 decades in this league. A decade coaching in college. Worked for and with so many legendary coaches. He's seen it all.
And so here's Sacramento following the score by New Orleans. Lenka kicks to Lamb. That one no good. Great D that time from Redick. The pass to Favors. Over Lamb. Favors can't get it to go.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
From 12 feet out. No good from Lamb. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. The Pelicans have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Alexander Walker passes to Redick. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lamb with the ball. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. A big-time effort for Chris Paul, providing a lot of energy for New Orleans. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at the Pelicans' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Kings, Deshaun Holmes out there with Alex Len. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then there's Elfrid Payton, and it's Herter in at the small forward. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you. Here's Holmes. No good that time. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Kings. That one was played in Sacramento.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
19th pick in 2018 out of Maryland. Kevin Herter with the positional size and skill to adapt well to the NBA game. Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Payton. Redick can't get that one to fall. And with that skill, Herter's a triple threat offensively.
Not just a standstill shooter, he can function as a secondary ball handler, creating for himself and others.
Here's more after the Kings pick up 2. Outside, Redick. There's the triple. A three-pointer is right on target. Redick's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Here's Murray. Second chance effort, and no problem from Len as he finishes at the rim.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Favors. The 9-footer's on the mark. Favors got his first points of the game.
That's where majority of Favors' points come from. So effective from the interior area of the floor.
Murray outside. And the shot goes in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Outside, Redick. Puts it up from 17, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Timeout is called, first of the game for Sacramento. Some players out there are either loved or hated by the fans. There's no in between, Smitty. But when you take a look at divisive players in the league, who pops into your head?
Draymond Green, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James. There's some people who love him, and there's some people that hate him.
Sure.
Joel Embiid is starting to creep into that conversation. Those are some of the guys some people love him and some people hate him.
A completely new group on the floor for the Kings. So for the Pelicans, And it's the Kings with the ball. Fox dishes to Bazemore. Pass to Siakam. Outside Bogdanovich. 5 to shoot. Puts one up from 19. Rebounded by Hart.
Ooh, the defense gets away with a late rotation. That's a shot he normally makes.
Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Dan, here's some numbers on Bazemore. How he did last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Back to Fox. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Bogdanovich against Holiday. Oh, no one around him. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Fox looking it over. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Paul for 3, and it's Sacramento with the rebound. Now, here's Bamba. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Bogdanovich. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. Here's Williamson. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
I mean, a tremendous all-around talent. Drew Holiday keeping his eyes up and his options open.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
On the wing, kept alive. Here's Siakam. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yes, people have been surprised by Siakam's offense. What I'm surprised about is the efficiency.
The Kings shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
Real good, Siakam.
You have to give Pascal Siakam a lot of credit. He's continued to improve the shooting percentage both from the field and the line.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Kent Bazemore. Siakam hits them both.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Hart the pass to Paul. Back to Hart, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And that's going to happen. Paul recognizes the imbalance in the defense, delivers a perfect pass.
And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid. What's up?
The Kings trail by 5. A pass to Fox. Back to Siakam. And it's Williamson with the rebound. So for the Kings, they come in off the loss to the Pelicans. Now, here's Fox. He's covered closely, and he banks in the layup. Fox has got 16.
And Fox starting to show you his abilities inside. It has quick instincts, which I think helps him when he's down low.
Paul. Here's Adams. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It goes on Mohamed Bamba. For New Orleans, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. throw good, Adams. Here's Fox. 16 points for him. He kicks to Bamba. Passes it to Bogdanovich. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation.
Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9.5", and that gives him a huge sphere of influence.
And so he hits the technical free throw. 52 seconds left in the second quarter. Siakam, right side. Shot clock at 6. Lets it fly. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 4th rebound in this one. To the paint. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
And they lost that last game. By a slim margin, and you can't help but think that if he had a better night at the stripe, the result could have been different.
One shot.
They throw good, Adams. Here's Fox. He's got 16. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. New Orleans leading by 8. And Holiday kicks to Hart. The pass to Williamson. Now here's Paul. The offensive rebound.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Elfrid Payton. Elfrid, what's the game plan defensively in the second half?
We got to continue to stay home on shooters. They hit a lot of threes. If we cut that off, we have a good chance to win.
We'll see what happens there, EP. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. Their play in the second quarter was inspired as they turned what had been a tight contest into a 10-point ball game by the time we reached halftime. What did you think, Shaq, about New Orleans?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie, they were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots, did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
And over to Kenny now. Your take on the Kings.
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Without question, De'Aaron Fox displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday out there with Chris Paul. And then there's Steven Adams. Then there's Williamson. And it's Hart in at the 3 spot.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Bamba with the block. And they're moving it up. Bazemore against Paul. Pass to Siakam. Bamba inside. And Adams sends it back. Here's Siakam.
And if Williamson's in the area, you better be careful. When you aren't, he's going to stifle you on the offensive end.
And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for Sacramento. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Williamson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Took him no time at all on that one. Paul's got the lead up to 11 now for New Orleans.
Beautiful form on that shot. Chris Paul, one of those superstars who continually refines his game.
Bamba trying to break free. Fox, no good.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Now here's Williamson. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game.
And normal physicality doesn't get it done with Williamson. To stop him from scoring, you really have to up the ante and get him before he hits that launching pad.
Ball against Fox. And Adams sends it back. And they get it back. Nice shot there by Bamba. Pelicans leading by 11. Ball outside. Outside Holiday. And the Pelicans get it back. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Williamson, a kid that's likely to reach his full potential. Very coachable, absorbs instruction well, and really implements it quickly. And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
No good on the free throw. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making. But what really stands out when you watch him live, the instincts. Being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
Good on the second free throw. You know, Smitty, every team at some point faces some locker room turmoil. How tough is it to balance team chemistry?
You know, it's very tough. Sometimes you have those 1 or 2 player additions that it just changes the dynamic of your team. Sometimes you lose a leader. He might not be the best player. Then a lot of times guys are playing for contracts, and some guys get a little bit upset because they figure they're playing for their individual success versus team. But when you have that right chemistry, it is beautiful.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. Some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Payton outside. One kicks to Payton. Pass to Holmes. Murray against Moore. Bazemore for 3, and it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Wasted no time on that one. Alexander Walker's got 5 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get
these good looks.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And how much fun is it to watch this kid? I call Zion Williamson a kid, even though he goes about 280, and he has a certain composure that really belies his years.
Kevin Herter, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And New Orleans also making a change. Redick is checked in. Payton outside. Here's Herter. Sacramento moving it around. Holmes passes to Murray. Buries the long-range jumper. Murray's got his second bucket of the game to go. And with Williamson, it's not just the obvious stuff that impresses you, Greg. It's the little things as well, the attention to detail.
You know, Kevin, one thing that stands out to me, every time I see this young man, the eye-hand coordination, whether it's on steals, deflections, block shots, he always seems to pick it cleanly.
Here's Murray after Drew Holiday's score. Here's Holmes, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And New Orleans gets called for the foul. The Kings shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Holmes. And the Kings making a change here. Lamb's checked in. Derek Favors checked in for New Orleans. He's off on the second. Pelicans leading by 14. Kicks to Williamson. Passes to Moore. Holiday with it. 6 to shoot. Tries from 10. It's rebounded by Herter.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense. He might have gotten over eager.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Drew Holiday. Coming off a terrific season. Last season put up about 21 points a game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yes, night in and night out, he's their go-to option. He accepts that responsibility and thrives at it.
Now here is Holiday. Back to Redick. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. No good from Moore. The Kings trail by 14. Murray, the pass to Len. Bucket is good. Len's got 6 points.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
Holiday surveying the floor. He dishes it to Williamson. Shoots over Len. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Moore passes to Williamson. Over Lamb. And there's Williamson on the assist from Moore. 9 points in the game so far.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And not just a long-range gunner, but Etuan Moore also blessed Greg, one of the NBA's best floaters.
I mean, he takes a lot of those mid-range shots, those floaters in the lane, that makes them more often than not. For a player standing 6'4", the ability to finish inside, providing that counterbalance to his three-point shooting.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Bamba is checked in for Len. Pascal Siakam comes in for Rashawn Holmes. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Fox in for DeJounte Murray. The Pelicans also changing it up. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Williamson. Josh Hart comes in for Etuan Moore. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Drew Holiday. Now, here's Fox. He's got 18. From deep three-point range. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That will be the fourth of the string of 5 played on the road. Hart kicks to Redick. Outside Favors. Back to Paul. Over Bogdanovic. Here's Adams. It's hauled in by the Kings. Bamba's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Lamb. Lays it up off the glass.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Al Paul. Latrey can't connect. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pelicans lead by 12. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up, keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on his heels.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Fox and Bogdanovic pair up at the 1 and the 2. Siakam is out there with Bamba, and it's Lamb at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And it goes down 2 points. And that's now 11 points for Steven Adams.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
Against Fox from 11 feet away. Almost, but it rolls out. New Orleans leading by 14. To the middle. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Checked in for the Kings. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And it's Fox with the ball for the Sacramento Kings. It's a 14-point game. He kicks it to Bazemore. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Favors with the rebound. Favors got 6 rebounds now in the game. Ball passes to Reddick. And Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Reddick surveying the D. Shot clock at 6. And he overshot that one, missing. The Kings trail by 14. Bogdanovich, no luck.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Ball against Fox. Shoots from 14. And Adams with the slam.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
And here are the Kings now. The Pelicans make their lunch.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now here's Paul. Elbow shot. And that one hits back iron.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Bazemore passes to Fox. Pelicans pull it in.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
So if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Clearly a foul.
He's off on the first.
Just can't seem to get right from the free throw line here in the second half.
And the Pelicans making a change here. And he's good on the second. The Kings trail by 15. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Dishes it to Bamba. Here's Bazemore. Pelicans pull it in. Adams has got 11 rebounds in the game. Now the pass to Paul. And that one is good. And the Pelicans lead by 17.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
This is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
And he's just torching them right now. I think good decision to huddle up, kind of hit the reset button and figure out how to slow his roll.
Bazemore inside the three-point line. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
He gets it off quickly. Bazemore much improved on the catch and shoot.
Melly passes to Hart. Kicks it to Reddick. Back to Hart. New Orleans moving the ball around. Pass to Paul. Shoots over Fox. Paul's shot is off.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Bazemore passes to Bamba. Goes back up. And Adams sends it back. And they'll keep possession. Pass to Bazemore. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Here's Hart. Second shot opportunity. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Fox.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Siakam kicks to Fox. And here is Bamba. A three from Bogdanovich. They get it back. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Fires the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bogdanovich has got 5 points now in the quarter.
How about the awareness there from Fox? You got to love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
Now here's Reddick. Passes it to Paul. Here's the floater. And he lays it up and in. Paul's got 20.
What you like about Chris tonight, he's taken on the persona of a #1 scorer.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're trailing by 14. We've got 1:48 left to play in the final quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a smasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. Now, here's Siakam. On target with his three. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Paul dishes to Adams. Siakam pulls it in. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Pelicans.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Chris Paul.
You know, he was flying around on both ends of the floor. Terrific energy and enthusiasm, and that rubbed off on his teammates. I thought he was a catalyst tonight.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Alex Len's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Bamba comes in for Pascal Siakam. Dotson's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Joseph in for Fox. Now here's Favors. The pass to Miller. He kicks to Jackson. And good that time.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
And guess what? It's going to be a fun flight home. Total team effort. Big win on the road.
So we see New Orleans taking the W here. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us.
Parang hindi nakaon. Ha? Ano na? Punta ka na ba? Siguro ba na ba? People. Huh? Sabi ka. Ano na?
Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation. Well, winning a big part of it, David. Thank you. So the net starting five. We've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Towns is out there with Davis. Then there's Harris. And it's Irving in at the 1. And for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fournier out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Barnes. And at the 3, the small forward.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General Manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business.
So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. Davis kicks to Hardaway. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Towns is doubled. Irving from long range. Good, and the assist goes to Towns.
I guess Towns got a little bit of point guard in him. The big fella with a beautiful dime right there.
Pass to Gordon. Down low. Towns with the steal. Here's Irving. Towns trying to get open. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Davis is really the total package. A mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good. And we are talking about Anthony Davis. How do you even put into words, Greg, what he is able to do on the basketball floor?
I mean, he's entering the conversation among the best big men of all time. On a nightly basis, dominating in so many facets of the game. Really, it's remarkable.
Well, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason. And the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Now here is Harris after the miss from Vucevic. Outside, Towns. Here's Irving. A beautiful reverse layup. Irving's got 5 points so far.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Barnes outside. Will it go? Yep, it counts. So for the Magic, their last game, a loss to the Bulls. Outside Hardaway. Back to Irving. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. And that's now 7 points for Kyrie Irving. The Magic have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Fournier against Hardaway. Fournier passes to Barnes. Over Harris. Barnes can't get it to go. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 5-point game. Irving finds Harris. On the wing, Hardaway. Puts it up. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against Chicago.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
Here's Irving after D'Angelo Russell's bucket. Outside, Towns. Back to Irving. They get it again. Davis got it. Good job in the low post.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Now here's Gordon. No points in the game yet for him. Russell, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Towns gets it to go.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Magic trail by 9. Russell with it. Barnes outside. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, you see the great reach as well as the relentless pursuit shown by Towns. He's simply saying, not here, not now, not in my house.
Vucevic with the block. Irving against Fournier. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And he lays it up and in. Hardaway has got his second bucket of the night.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
You know, early in his career, there were questions surrounding D'Angelo Russell's maturity, and understandably so. That's the case with most young players. But of late, in his case, his improvement as a player and his growth as a person is impressive.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Vucevic. Ennis comes in for Barnes. Robertson, he's checked in for Fournier. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Russell. Now here's Cauley-Stein. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
A moment here to see the numbers for Anthony Davis. Great showing for him last season. He was around 26 points a game last year. 12 rebounds and almost 2.5 blocks. And you can't downplay the importance of good size off the bench.
Space invader, a big guy who simply holds his ground and makes opponents work around him. That's good stuff.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And the rejection by Towns. And here are the Nets. They're on a 20-6 run. Here's Graham. The shot will not fall. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Here's Ennis. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And the Nets making a change here. Nets leading by 14. Graham, the pass to Monk. And it's blocked by Gordon.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
Graham with the ball. Now defended by Carter-Williams. Graham surveying the floor. Monk for three. It's hauled in by Gordon. The Magic have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Now here's Ennis. He's guarded closely. To the paint. Here's Carter-Williams. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis.
And for a guard, Carter-Williams has a lot of size. I mean, and he uses it well, especially in the post.
Graham, the pass to Monk. And here is Davis. That one misses. Gordon with the defensive effort. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Robertson can't hit. Nets leading by 12. To the middle. Claxton the pass to Graham. Loads it up for Davis.
Excellent all-around performance so far. Hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Beyond the arc. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. those high-powered scores in the game, Karl Anthony Towns knows it's important.
Everyone has to get some of the sugar, so making sure you're not just being a ball hog. So I'm just always trying to make sure that I'm taking wide open shots that I think everyone in the team would love for me to take if I have the opportunity. But also at the end of the day, making sure everyone gets a chance to be a candy shot.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
Ennis out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Robertson. Then it's Michael Carter-Williams. And it's Cauley Stein in at the 5. That's the group start the second quarter for the Magic. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son, Philip, was born in December. And Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball." I think he will. Kevin?
And certainly it is genes. Thanks for that report. Now here's Carter-Williams. 20 points for him last game against Chicago. 5 on the clock. Here's Robertson. Rebound, Brooklyn. At one point, they led by 16.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Graham with the ball. Defended by Gordon. Davis off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Since taking over the starting role in 2018, Willie Cauley-Stein lived up to his draft spot of being number 6 overall in 2015.
And you knew that a big man like Cauley-Stein would take up years to develop, but at a legit 7 feet and great width, he is everything you could hope for in a starting center.
And the Nets with possession here. After the Magic pick up 2. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That is his first foul of the game. Vucevic checked in for the Magic. And the Nets also making a change. Hardaway's checked in. And so it's Ennis bringing it up now for the Orlando Magic. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Pass to Carter-Williams. Now here's Cauley-Stein. Here's the pass to Ennis. Orlando needs to get off the shot. Here's Robertson. But they recover it. And Vucevic kicks to Robertson. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. Goes up again. The Magic again can't hit. Brooklyn leading by 11. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Graham with the bucket.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And it's Vucevic missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And finished off by Davis.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the last.
Cauley-Stein. And there's Hardaway. That's good on the assist from Cook. Cook's got 3 assists in the game. Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. And the big contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. back in 2017, Clark. 4 years, $71 million.
Hey, sometimes timing is everything. We know that in our world. other worlds out there. Think about that now. Tim Hardaway Jr. has made more money than his all-star father made in his whole career. Hardaway Jr., young and athletic, and a really rock-solid player.
So for the Magic, Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Ennis. Fournier comes in for Robertson. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Carter Williams. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for the Nets. Irving comes in for Quinn Cook. Russell with the bucket.
They opened the gates and he came through. D'Angelo, quick recognition.
Nets leading by 16. Irving dishes to Graham. Back to Irving. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now, here is Russell. 6 points for him. Fires from 18. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Well, I tell you what, such a smooth, tight handle. I mean, especially for a guy with a 6'5" frame and 6'9" wingspan.
Good on the triple.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And it's Orlando with another.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Here's Irving. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Irving's got 7 points for the quarter. Right side, Russell. Pass to Fournier, and there it is for him.
Exactly what you want from your point guard. Nice dime to the open teammate by Russell.
Irving against Russell. Pass to Claxton. He dishes it to Hardaway. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Towns, no luck. The Magic trail by 17. Outside, Russell. Passes it to Vucevic. The kick out to Barnes. Vucevic trying to get over. Second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in. Vucevic has got his first points of the night.
Yeah, you know, one of the best parts of Nikola Vucevic's game is his great body, excellent hands, and the high motor makes him an outstanding rebounder.
Now here is Hardaway. 6 points for him.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look. And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And the pass to Graham. Hardaway trying to free himself up. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got 5 points so far.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Russell passes to Fournier. Russell trying to free himself up. Vucevic, and a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Vucevic has got his second bucket of the night.
Vucevic possesses what I call a throwback big man game and really is most comfortable operating from this area of the court.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate on to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Brooklyn came out looking very confident. amped up and ready off the tip. They immediately went on an 11-4 run. Good work for them all around as they controlled the tempo, leading by 14 at the end of one. The second quarter was bump and grind, but they still ultimately looked in control of the game and ended the half with a solid 13-point advantage. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Uncle Drew is putting on a scoring clinic. Love his instincts on the offensive end, making the right play time after time.
And over to Kenny. How about what you saw from the Magic?
Well, I'm seeing way too much selfish play. Don't try to attack the defense 1-on-5. Move the basketball, look for others, and then get your teammates involved. That's a recipe for winning.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. They've got Towns. Davis is out there with Harris. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Irving in at the guard position.
Boy, improving as a two-way threat. It's big when Russell is making an impact on both offense and defense.
Irving passes to Hardaway. Harris outside. And Brooklyn turns it over again. Mark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
And he's done this so much that we almost take Kyrie for granted. Let's take tonight to appreciate what a special player he is.
And he comes up with the deuce. 16 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Fournier, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The Frenchman Fournier, always looking to get the shot up, but really good at drawing fouls.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about him.
And you look out there at the Magic, one of the taller teams in our league.
And, you know, that's a philosophical bent for the front office. They want long, athletic players. Draft guys with great length and then develop their strength and skill level. And I actually kind of like that approach. Have a philosophy, stick to it, and be true to it. And Fournier is highly skilled, a crafty European talent who's really fearless when it comes to shooting the basketball.
And as Towns missing, the Magic trail by 7. It's Russell with the drive.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Puts it up from 12. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. He kicks to Vucevic. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Vucevic has got 6.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Harris outside. Now Monk. Back to Harris. Shot from 16. And Davis can't get it to go.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Offensive rebound. And he's fouled on the shot. It misses, so a couple of free throws here. Almost the chance for a three-point play.
And you look at Vucevic, and his tenacity goes up the closer he is to the cup. Defenders try to match his level of physicality down there, which more times than not results in him going to the foul line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. Clark, you look at the defensive metrics for Nikola Vucevic lately, very good. And yet, he's been considered a liability at that end. So, in your opinion, which is it?
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I think it's a blend, quite honestly. The analytics say one thing, but in this day and age, the way the game is played, big centers are typically challenged from a mobility standpoint, especially trying to defend fleet-footed perimeter guys in pick-and-roll situations and in space. To Vucevic's credit, he's worked hard at becoming better, trying to be a better rim protector and recognize where he needs to be early on with anticipation. So he's making progress, but it's a blend in my mind.
Russell with a wide-open look. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Cook kicks to Monk. The feed to Towns. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Gordon's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Carter Williams. Banked in off the glass. Now just a 1-point Nets lead.
Speed on display from Carter Williams on the drive to the hoop. His combination of explosive quickness and tremendous athleticism is tough for any defense to keep pace with.
For the lead, the dish to Russell. Gordon kicks to Russell. The teardrop falls in. Russell's got 23 points.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Cook, the pass to Harris. And it's blocked by Gordon. And now Orlando on the break. On up the court. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
The size, the change of pace, the shiftiness of Russell. A hard guy to defend without fouling.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Orlando.
Their ability to rebound and convert those second chance opportunities.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball on the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking of Klay Thompson because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that. And that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Reddick would be another guy.
Yes, another good
that I think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
The shot comes out. Towns with the defensive effort. Floats it up for Davis. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And Carter Williams slams it in.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Russell. The rebound by the Nets. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. High arcing shot. Here's Towns. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. Towns has got 6.
Well, I like where the ball is coming off when it's missed. And he's got excellent timing as well and did a good job beating everybody to the ball.
Now, here is Russell. 25 points in the game. Sinks the triple.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And as he's checked in for Russell. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Brooklyn.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Vucevic. Last season, he played outstanding. Put up about 21 points a game, 12 rebounds and 4 assists. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
And it's Graham missing. Orlando leading by 4. On the wing, Robertson. He's guarded by Davis. And here's Vucevic. 7 points in the game. Here's Cauley Stein. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And they double up Davis. Here's Graham. It's rebounded by Robertson.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Magic lead by 8. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Harrison Barnes is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's Carter Williams. Then it's Ennis. And it's Fournier in at the 2 guard. That's is out there for Orlando. So it's Orlando now. Here's Carter Williams. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. Carter Williams can't get it to go. Pass to Graham. And Graham throws it down hard.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Pass to Barnes. Inside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket. They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
This is how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
Now here's Ennis. He's covered by Irving. Barnes outside. Passes it to Ennis. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
But, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Now here's Carter Williams. Dishes to Cauley-Stein. Barnes kicks to Ennis. Off target from 3-point range.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Here's Graham. Kept alive. He goes up again. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Barnes dishes to Carter Williams. stop. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Hardaway. Good D by Barnes. Magic leading by 7. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And Davis gets it to go.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. So for the Magic, Aaron Gordon, who's checking in for James Ennis, and it's Russell in for Carter Williams. And the Nets making a change here as well. Monk's checked in. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I had a chance to find out what Steve Clifford talked about with his players. He said this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. They could use a bucket. Towns with the steal. To the inside, Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Irving with the steal. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Lays it in off the breakaway. Now just a 1-point Magic lead. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Nets?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, well, also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Boy, strength and body control on display there from Barnes. I tell you what, he's got a competitive spirit to him. He doesn't want any defender to get the better of him.
The offensive rebound. Trying to get open is Davis, and Towns gets it to go.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
Here's Russell. That shot is off, so Brooklyn will take it the other way. Monk, the pass to Davis. Count it, and with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
Anthony Davis.
And it's been a terrific night for him in terms of the scoreboard. They've run a bunch of sets for him, and he's continued to come through. Scoring as well as he has, it's taken a lot of pressure off the rest of his teammates.
And the Magic making a change here. Vucevic is checked in. Here's Russell. Gets the 14-footer to fall. Russell's got 30 points.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Hardaway kicks to Irving. Back to Hardaway. They grab their own miss. Towns with the bucket.
Big bucket for him there. Towns happy to put the team on his broad back when he's needed most.
Russell passes to Vucevic. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Here's Fournier. Hardaway with the steal. Inside, Towns. And Towns throws it down.
There's the great length we're always talking about with Karl Anthony. Leaving no doubt about that.
Down low. Got that one, and the Nets lead has been cut to just one. And the basket for Vucevic.
And, you develop a level of trust with your teammates when you show the kind of concentration that Vucevic shows in these situations. He's the total package.
Towns against Vucevic. Pocket 6. Towns down low. And he'll shoot free throws. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. There's the call. It's a foul on Orlando.
Textbook up fake there. Towns does a great job imitating his usual shot motion. Earns himself a trip to the line. He's basically automatic from the line, not the guy you want to send there now.
Moving against Russell. Barnes looking around. Pass to Gordon. Over Harris. Brooklyn with the rebound. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. Back to Irving. It's up a three. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
You got to admire Irving in these situations. Doesn't let pressure overwhelm him. In fact, he embraces it.
Barnes outside. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Russell. Draws contact on the shot to go. Chances he'll head to the line.
He doesn't bleed blood, but he bleeds cold blood ice. Russell tearing hearts out down the stretch.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
6-second difference between shot and game time. To the paint, Fournier. Good. And that shot brings them to within just one.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. They're down by 3. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Is what you take.
And if you can get a three, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Russell against Irving. Feeds to Gordon. Money!
Easy to see why Gordon has the ball in these moments. He's phenomenal at coming up big.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a three-point attempt.
He's off from 3, and they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority. Good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed it.
No good from outside. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Ano, may katan.